happy Halloween. As it turns out, I can't wear this and be heard on the mic, so I will not do that. But happy Halloween and welcome to SJU. I'm Roth Cornet, and I am delighted to be joined today by Mr. Dan Murrell, dressed as Mr. Dan Murrell.
I'm dressed as
Spencer
myself.
Gilbert, dressed as
Cranky fireman.
Cranky Fireman. I like that you added Cranky. Joe Starr.
I'm dressed as a man with a didgeridoo that he had in his office.
Man with didgeridoo. And Mr. Hal Rudnick, who lost a bet.
Yes, that's why I am 99-cent store Pennywise.
We remember things around here, and if you guys don't recall, we made a bet about how big it would open, and Hal nailed it on his first try. I think he was almost on the money.
I was like $2 million off or something.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Whoa, that's way too high," because it made 114, and I guess like 117. Oh, so yeah,
or something like that.
Something like that. And everyone shamed me for going so high. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go like 68 million. And it ended up making close to what I said, and I lost the bet. I think it should be under review, but
now
here I
you're
am.
some clown.
I never welch on a bet, and you know what? I actually kind of like dressing up as a clown.
Was that costume that filthy out of the box, or did you just kind of roll around in the mud?
Yeah, how much of this
filth.
is asphalt and
I went outside and rolled around in the Los Angeles mud just for authenticity.
That is committed to the bit, Hal. That is committing to it. You know
Thank
what
you.
else we're committed
appreciate
to?
it.
Catching every single one of you up on what we missed while we were out. So, with that in mind, this is what we're going to do. This is the magical timing penguin. When the penguin coos, it means you're done. We are going to go through this.
Coo?
Yeah, the
What
doves
are the-
They
coo.
go like coo.
Doves cry.
They go like
Penguins squawk. Penguins go. That's
That's the penguin. All penguins.
Wait, so Roth, let me clarify what you just said. Like, we're gonna do like 2-3 weeks worth of news stories right now.
That is what we're going to do, and you're going to help me out, Hal.
That's
We
insane.
have it is. Why does that remind me of a commercial about like low? Like
Crazy
low
Eddie.
rate? Crazy Eddie.
Our prices are insane.
Or the Mattress Brothers.
Yeah, I could be
bootleg clown outlet.
Yeah, I could be a clown mascot for a superstore.
I would
Anyway.
buy nothing from you. Let's go through this. We're going to go round robin. We will each say a piece of news, and then everybody else will have a chance to respond in one sentence or less.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Respond in emoji.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
we're ready.
Okay.
You go.
Okay.
Oh wait. What's the
we're
timing?
We're going to go
Are you
round
going to start the
robin.
cooing
The
penguin
timing is
timer?
when I say it's done.
All right, so we'll throw it out there and just respond.
1, 2, 3. Go!
Deadline reported that Gore Verbinski, the director of Pirates Caribbean 1 through 3, is in early negotiations to direct the Channing Tatum X-Men movie Gambit, opening on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2019. What do we think about that?
What a load of crap. This movie is never actually going to happen. Stop
Yeah.
pretending it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's not a real thing. Don't worry.
High class doubt.
I hope Gambit fights the Squid Man.
Quick, quick!
Oh, Joe.
At New York Comic Con what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Now you go.
Oh, at New York Comic Con, producers confirmed that The Walking Dead will cross over with Fear the Walking Dead this season. Fear the Walking Dead still on?
Yeah, right? Just like that's just a ploy to defibrillate Fear the Walking Dead.
I thought one was a prequel, so does it lead into the first one?
Yeah, it does. It'll connect.
I don't
I
care.
believe
I
that it'll. Okay.
That's what the show needs. More characters.
Squick, squick!
Oh, right. All right. Sorry. I'm a little distracted.
Pick it up, guys. have
Let's
so much
see.
to do.
Pacific Rim Uprising, Stephen Estonite says that the third Pacific Rim movie could open it up for a Star Wars/Star Trek-esque cinematic universe.
Yes.
Are those cinematic universes? I thought those were just franchises.
And do they mean cinematic dimensions? Because it's a big deal for me when people miss those. Like when people, and I think you'll agree, Dan, when people mix up universe and dimensions, it bothers me. Yeah.
I think as long as they fight Godzilla and King Kong in the third one, all right.
Jaegers versus Kong or nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean, if you remember Pacific Rim, I mean, the battles were amazing, but all of the characters were caricatures of different races. So I don't know if it has the legs for that, but the battles are amazing. Kong or Godzilla, that'd be great.
Yeah,
So-
that's the only thing they can do.
Okay, so what I'm seeing here is this. Okay, here's what I'm saying.
We have like 80 of these.
I was about to pitch the most amazing mashup that is basically destroy all monsters, in which aliens come and then forget it.
Save it for the fight show we might do
Let's just
sometime
forget
again.
it.
Hey, Roth.
Kevin Feige has announced that Marvel will officially publish the MCU timeline, which will have to justify the confusing 8 years later from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Don't do it.
Explain to do.
I lack meaning in my life. This will finally provide some shred of reason to get up in the morning, is knowing that Marvel has a timeline with dates attached. I will not sob that day.
I have not slept in 6 years, and finally, this will give me a good night's sleep. Thank you, Kevin Feige.
This is exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to go on that 8-year journey.
Aww.
At the film's premiere, this is funny. At the film's premiere, at Thor Ragnarok's premiere, Mark Ruffalo accidentally kept his Periscope on in his phone in his pocket and live streamed the audio for the first 15 minutes of the movie.
That's such a dad move. What a butt dial.
I love it, but he did that. There's one that somebody was telling me about where he was periscoping and Sam Jackson comes up to him. This is a separate incident and just goes, I don't think you're supposed to have that on, man. And then it just cuts to black. Mark Ruffalo, I think, has lost his periscoping privileges.
You're making me use technology. You wouldn't like me when I use technology.
Hulk, swipe that thing up and smash button that says stop.
Oh, back around to me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Deadline reported that Beetlejuice 2 is officially happening. No confirmation from Keaton or Burton, but they are said to be excited at the prospect of returning.
I read this script 5 years ago, and it was really good, and they've had plenty of time to completely ruin it since then, so this will be terrible.
This has been happening since I was a child.
I can't wait to see this after or before Imaginary Gambit movie.
I can't wait for Tim Burton to ruin Michael Keaton like he has Johnny Depp.
Impossible.
Are you guys going to judge me that I love Beetlejuice enough to be
No.
at least curious?
No?
But Keaton's still good, so it could be good.
It could. I mean, Keaton's Keaton.
Keaton's Keaton.
Joe, you're up.
Joe.
Oh, God. Much like Star Wars Celebration, Kevin Feige said in an interview that Marvel may be doing their own Comic-Con style conventions. Just go to Comic-Con!
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. How much money do people really have to go to these conventions? At a certain point, this is irresponsible to the fandom.
Marvel's already doing their own Comic-Con style conventions. It's called Comic-Con.
I mean, yeah, there's so many. There's D23, there's Star Wars Fest, now we're going to have the Marvel Fest. I mean...
What's going to be left to go to Comic-Con itself for?
San Diego.
San Diego.
That place sucks.
The panels for the last ship of season 7. Where else are you going to see that?
I think we're going to have to find something we feel positive about in this.
MGM will be releasing an animated Addams Family movie from the co-director of Sausage Party. Okay, this is taking a turn. Conrad Vernon. Is that what is that the art?
Is that
Or is
the
that the
real?
old-
Is that a thing?
Is that
the real
is that what it
thing?
looks
That
like?
can't be
Is that
the
what
art.
it's gonna?
That looks like fan
Oh, that's the
art.
old
Okay.
TV
Right.
show.
Okay.
What old TV show?
That's the old.
Who's next to Morticia?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we go
Somebody
back
got
to
that off of DeviantArt or something. That doesn't look right.
Is that real?
all I know is that reminded me of Dan Murrell, who is dressed with his lovely girlfriend as Wednesday Addams and Uncle Fester this
Fester,
weekend.
It's a
that's
great
right.
costume.
Good costume.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later.
I
would maybe watch this.
like the Addams Family movies. Just rewatch Addams Family Values.
Yep.
It's a good time.
One of
Still
the best
holds up.
movies.
Yeah. All right. And it's my turn.
Oh,
The
one more thing.
hot-
MC Hammer had an Addams Family song that was awesome.
Yes, he did.
We had several.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Okay.
Michael
Sorry,
Jackson
Roth.
had one.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, seriously, look it up. It got cut from the movie.
The Han Solo movie will officially be called Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Brilliant! Brilliant!
They're so tired. No?
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like
no.
they're just so tired.
Sure.
Is what I'm worried about.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
they had to choose between Han or Solo, and they picked Solo, so there you go.
It's not a bad title. Though somebody who pointed this out, was this Jenny, that it's basically Rogue One.
Yeah, it's the same
all
title
over.
as
It's
Rogue
the
One,
same
yeah.
title as Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Was that you, Joe?
No, I think it was Jenny. It's probably that sounds like a
Explain
Jenny
the theory.
observation. I'm just ready to have some Kessel fun at the theater.
Oh, that's That's what I'm talking about. Hey!
What does the angry fireman think?
There's not enough spice in the galaxy to get me excited for this stinker.
All right, we have yet to find anything we're happy about. Stephen,
Is it me or you?
You.
Stephen King, not shockingly, said that the Dark Tower movie sucked and that he knows that a television series is still in the works and most likely will entirely reboot the franchise and maybe a heads up every once in a while, Stephen.
Oh, that it sucked?
Yes.
You can't say that.
Sure you can.
The movie that I wrote that's about to come out sucks. You have to wait till afterwards.
Stephen King, say whatever he wants. We all knew it sucked.
He thought The Shining sucked. His opinion's invalid.
Well, that's true.
Except the books are good.
He's got about a 500 winning percentage. One good movie, one shit movie. One good movie, one terrible movie.
You know what else sucks? The second half of this book series.
this always should have been a series, though. Always should have been a series.
Yeah.
So
It's a
it's
lot.
I love that
actually
we
this
have
actually
an
could have
actual
been.
timer. We're not using it to time.
It's really subjective.
She just wanted to hold a penguin. You just wanted to hold a penguin,
Why would I
Rob.
not want to hold a penguin? Caw.
Who's up?
How?
What's next?
Okay, despite having the biggest cast, Justice League clocks in as the shortest DCEU movie at 119 minutes.
That is an Oscar-winning runtime.
Full
ladies
thumbs
and
up.
gentlemen.
Was that the first thing that we all unanimously like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great news.
Short runtime.
And I don't want to
Absolutely.
pick on DC because I think every superhero movie should stop after 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're not
Yes.
missing anything.
Okay, can we just discuss that an hour and 30 minutes is the perfect runtime for nearly everything?
I'd say between 130 and
105.
140.
Yeah.
I think it's 105. And just a friendly reminder that DCEU is not a real term. Was not coined by Warner Brothers, was started as a joke, and is something that we still continue to use because we don't have another better name for it.
It's the Bernstein
In
Bears
fact,
syndrome.
we invite you to come up with a better name for it in the comments below.
Put in the comments.
Quack-quing!
Dan Aykroyd told Cinema Blend that Ghostbusters should continue on in live action as a Netflix series, possibly a prequel of The Boys in High School. Shut up, Dan!
Were they busting ghosts then? It makes no sense.
Yeah, they didn't even. Well, they were okay. How did they initially get their interest in ghost busting? In ghosts at all? I mean, they're paranormal. They're interested in the paranormal. Did they have an experience when they were teenagers?
Ray's a crazy person, and he really likes ghost stuff.
To be fair, Dan
That's a
Aykroyd
less
also told
compelling
Cinema
story.
Blend that aliens built the Empire State Building and that there's a crystal skull buried under the St. Louis Arch. So let's take these all with a grain of
I
salt.
am interested to find out who Ray's parents are. Taika Waititi said he would want to make a Black Widow movie for Marvel, but he would want the movie to be a comedy because her history is so dark he'd want to liven it up.
Yeah. Oh, Red Room. Just a fun romp through the Red Room.
I don't like just go fully. Did you guys watch Agent Carter?
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, so
Joking.
Agent Carter was good, and in it, they had a character there that was almost a stand-in for Black Widow that revealed some of the history, and you can't liven that up, and you shouldn't liven that up. Go full dark. Go full
dark,
there.
Georgie.
It's
Perfect
just-
dark.
I don't,
Georgie, come down to the full dark. Georgie.
Oh boy.
I hated that so much.
Georgie.
what,
Georgie.
what you
Georgie.
don't know is you were going to be dressed up as Georgie.
Georgie. Okay.
Go!
Yeah.
It was officially announced that Zachary Levi will play Shazam.
Oh, I
for
missed
DC, beating out Jack McDormand and John Cena for the role.
Isn't Shazam supposed to be a child?
Well, no. Shazam, it's a child, but then
turns
into Shazam.
Okay, so a child's
superhero.
gonna turn into
But-
Zachary Levi.
Yeah,
The dream.
basically.
It's
Yeah,
like a-
basically a superhero-like hero. But I was picturing a big guy, almost like I was surprised that The Rock wasn't going to be Shazam.
Well, I think it's every child's
Yeah.
dream to grow up and be Zachary Levi. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I know it was mine.
So, wait, is Shazam basically the movie Big, but he fights The Rock at the
Yeah.
end?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'm in.
Sure. I guess this movie's happening.
I like Zach Levi.
Cool.
A grand return for Chuck.
It's kind of like he wanted to play the Flash forever, though. So I feel like this is his consolation prize.
I feel like a
Totally.
lot
He
of
got too
actors at this point just want to be cast as superheroes so that they can write off a trainer. And like actually have an excuse to do
Can't you
exercise.
just write off a trainer anyway if you're an actor?
Maybe,
How
I
do
don't know.
taxes work?
But then how do you label like the horse trailer full of HGH that gets backed up to your pool house every morning? How's it kind of, whoa, weird. Where'd this come from?
It's for my horses.
I get all the best ones. Jar Jar Binks actor Ahmed Best defended the character not for his performance, but for the technical breakthroughs it provided Hollywood, and said, Jar Jar walked so Gollum could run, Gollum ran so the Na'vi could fly.
In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow.
Oh man.
Jar Jar.
Oh, wow.
Caca.
Great.
Hal.
Variety reports that the search for a director for DC's Flashpoint movie has been paused as they are awaiting reaction/box office performance of the Justice League to hit before they make any decisions about the movie.
That's a great idea. That's
Okay.
honestly a great idea.
No, but don't you think it's this, that they're seeing how people respond to Justice League? Because if they like Justice League and it's well received and does well, they'll continue with these heroes. But if it doesn't, they're going to just
blow
do
it up.
Flashpoint and blow it up, right?
Yeah, and ask what the hell have we been doing for the last 6 years?
But
Oh,
what
I
if,
don't think they'll ask that. I think they'll just blow it up.
Yeah.
what if it's like all of the other ones except Wonder Woman, where a lot of people don't like it and it still makes a lot of money? That's
Wait,
called...
people didn't like Wonder Woman?
No, except
like
for
all the
Wonder
others.
Woman.
Except
for
the
Wonder
other ones,
yeah.
except for Wonder Woman, it made a lot of money, but a lot of people also didn't like it. So then what do they do?
Well, they don't make movies for the critics, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make them for the fans.
To the fans.
I forgot.
Caca. Fuck.
Deadline reported that Morgan Creek Productions is restructured into Morgan Creek Entertainment Group, and they're digging into their library of films to exploit across multiple
Love
platforms.
when they use exploit.
Yeah, that's not a fun word.
right there.
Titles like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, Young Guns, Major League, Pacific Heights, Diabolique, Clive Barker's Nightbreed, and David Cronenberg's Dead Ringers for
Ringers.
potential upcoming spin-offs and most likely reboots. Oh yeah.
First of all,
I wanna
What's
see the-
Diabolique?
Like, yeah, we're film fans. I
Diabolique-
recognize maybe half of those
remember
things.
Diabolique is like a
Yeah, it's a
classic,
classic
thriller that
yeah.
was remade in the 90s.
I recognize all
Is
of these.
Pacific Heights that where they're
Yes.
cops, but they have the mountain
No,
bikes?
No, that's Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is the
Pacific
neighbor
Heights
from hell.
is Michael Keaton, and he's basically rents an apartment for Melanie Griffith and Matthew Modine, and it's basically this exploration of they can't evict him, and he's this nightmare person that's just trying to decrease the
a lot
property
to
value.
exploit there.
But my point is, I do want to see the Dead Ringers spinoff because what is that?
I want to see Pacific Blue come back, where they're protecting the Venice boardwalk.
I will
from
watch-
various
These are
mountain
very
bike crimes.
weird.
I want to see that too.
2 words, Morgan Creek, cinematic universe.
Of all of these movies.
Of these movies, I want to see the Ace Ventura Major League crossover that we've all been waiting for since the 90s.
I actually would watch Major League as a series. I think that could be fun.
And I think they should
Just
bring
comments
back
like
Young
that.
Guns as Old Guns. Old Guns. Yeah.
Old Guns
that
would be
it?
great.
Caca! The top Halloween costumes for 2017 per a Fandango survey. Women, Wonder Woman, Belle,
Sure, okay.
Leia,
Yep.
Annabelle,
All right.
Ray,
What?
Lorraine from Atomic Blonde. Really? Hella.
Okay.
Aminette from The Mummy.
Boo.
It's not a bad costume.
Good.
I
Gamora,
think Tom
Valkyrie.
Cruise bought 5,000 Aminette costumes to get that on this list.
Yeah.
Did
You want to
anyone?
do the men?
The men, number 1, Pennywise the Clown.
You'll too.
Number 2, just Stormtrooper. Number 3, Star-Lord. Number 4, Batman. Number 5, Baby from Baby Driver.
Easy
costume.
Easy costume.
Yeah, just need an
Number
iPod.
6,
iPod and a
Luke Skywalker. Number
Farsi
7,
jacket.
Wolverine. Number 8, Iron Man. Number 9, Jack Sparrow. Why?
Really?
Number
Why?
10, Kylo Ren.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I want to see if anyone did an Annabelle Belle from Beauty and the Beast mashup.
Annabelle.
Ooh,
Annabelle.
Annabelle.
I think there are going to be a lot more Stranger Things costumes than
Coming
this
up this
list.
season.
11.
Yeah.
Surprised me that
Yeah.
11 is not on this
Yeah.
Well,
list.
this is Fandango, so it's all movie people.
Oh,
not
you're
TV.
right. It's not
I don't wanna
TV.
buy
This list is a crock of shit.
Speaking of movies, you know what else we have?
What?
Trailers and Iron to Segway graphic.
Whoa!
Iron to Segway.
That's awesome.
Yay! All right, so
All right.
trailer roundup. Here we go. This is going to be blink and you miss it recap of all the trailers that have dropped in the last 3 weeks. Star Wars, Pacific Rim 2, New Mutants, Justice League, and Black Panther.
I'm not watching the Star Wars one.
Engage.
Even if it's like 2 seconds long.
It's going to be like on super speed.
Is it?
Engage.
I'm going to join Hal and not wear headphones.
Awesome.
So excited about that movie.
The music's the best part. Oh,
This
Oh,
one-
good. More Amy Adams. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
people want.
Red, very red.
And
Red.
Superman not being Superman.
Those look very
They're all
quick.
in. Those logos are awful.
Why is it only?
Okay.
Ooh, I haven't seen this one.
Did I see Idris Elba in there? In a sequel?
Yeah,
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I saw robots.
that one's gonna be fun.
This is Stranger Things, right?
This is the New Mutants.
Is that the guy from Stranger Things?
Yeah, he plays Cannonball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm not watching it. Not even a fast forward.
Luke's in it.
What? Fox. I saw the fox. That's
You know
all I
what?
care
It's,
about.
looks
you know
pretty
what it's
good.
weird
Oh, the
about
Ice
Star
Fox?
Wars? Even in
Yeah.
fast forward, I feel choked up a little bit, just a little bit. All right, let's talk about if you have something to say about the Justice League posters, Joe. I know because I drove
we
you to
watch by
work,
that
and
billboard
every
every
time
day?
we go by the billboard, you have something to say about it.
It's awful.
Your company owns DC, and DC has some of the creatives that have created some of the best comic book covers in the history of the art form. And those posters are what you do, this beautiful Alex Ross art. And then you just cover it in these awful coexist bumper sticker logos, just smack dab in the middle. It's so
Have you seen the
horrible.
billboard though? There's a billboard I saw yesterday. I've never seen it before, and it's worse than the Pirates of the Caribbean one, which I didn't think it could be. Pirates of the Dead Men, Caribbean Tell No Tales. It's like full body character shots with the logos.
Yes.
Against just flat black background.
Yep.
And that's I don't think the name of the movie's on there. It's the most like it looks like I was like, are they painting the rest of it? It's not against the movie. It's the advertising. It's like the one thing Warner
awful.
Brothers has done for every single one of these movies is it's advertised them brilliantly. And this one, like I saw that billboard, I was like, hey, that really?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's really
It's
very weird.
only pushing the characters. It's not giving you an idea of what's going to happen, of what kind of story I'm going to embark on.
I also don't understand pushing these logos, because I'd argue no one cared about the Wonder Woman movie until recently, until the Wonder Woman movie came out. The Batman logo is not the Batman logo people are like used to on the big screen, so that looks weird.
It's a fat Batman logo.
Yeah, it's a big,
all
it's
chunked
a
out.
real fat. Yeah, it's been flipping tires and doing creatine.
Don't fat shame the Batman logo.
Well, for me though, my only hope is that I thought that Suicide Squad was the best marketed of all the movies, and it's my least favorite of them.
Right.
So
They're hoping
maybe
it flips.
Justice
Lowering
League,
our
it's
expectations.
going to be the best
Yeah.
of the
Maybe.
movies
Yes.
with the worst
That's what I
marketing.
think
I get
too.
that.
That's what
You're
I'm
like,
thinking.
wait, Cyborg's
It's
logo is a
psychological.
Target logo? Maybe this movie will be great.
It's probably no. I'm serious. It's probably psychological. They're lowering because these are the billboards that we're seeing in Los. They're probably the billboards everywhere, but you see more billboards in LA than anywhere because they want to show their bosses that they're doing their jobs. They're like, look, we're advertising for
think they're
for you. Like they literally specifically target billboards where they know that their bosses
That's
are
funny.
likely to drive by.
The way it's that
For-
the
For
system
you.
works.
For you.
So it's psychological. They're lowering our expectations. It's going to be great.
They're all designed for people to look at while they're driving, drinking, and texting and eating, a chalupa
I
at
am
the same
never
time.
getting in a car with you.
Roth, are you saying the movie advertising company decides where to put their billboards determined by their boss's
Yes.
traffic route?
Yes.
It's not the craziest theory.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a theory. I'm telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
They do.
Wow. All right.
Inside Hollywood gossip.
Or is it a theory? It's probably just a theory for legal reasons.
What?
I don't know. I just want to yell at you to get us on a different topic.
Oh, yeah.
It's Halloween, you guys.
You do the segues. Those are your job.
Yeah.
And we got to do something really amazing for Halloween. This was really cool. So last week, I got an email from Joe Starr in which I had to Google things to figure it out. But as it turned out, it was a really cool opportunity to go to the historic Jackson family estate for a Halloween party that we all got to go to.
We're talking about the Jacksons.
The Jacksons.
Yes.
The Jacksons. Like
Michael,
Jackson.
Janet, Tito, the
Latoya.
Jackson 5, Latoya,
Yeah, this is the
etc.
place where they shot Thriller. And this was a very, very cool opportunity via this charity.
Taj and BG Jackson both run an organization called the D.D. Jackson Foundation, named after their mother. And so this event is a charity for that. So as a thank you for being invited, we wanted to make sure we called out the charity because
Yes.
it's a really cool one.
So this foundation is basically designed to support people that have suffered a loss and are in grief, and it's via things like music therapy. Obviously, that would be near and dear to their hearts, and community outreach. Also, there was Prince Jackson to support his charity that is a student organization at my alma mater, LMU.
Yeah.
which is super into service. When I was there, they had done a study across college campuses, and LMU students were the most likely to engage in service and least likely to be happy. Remains true.
You went from like here
To like
to
real
here
dark.
on your alma mater. That's amazing.
No, it's great. I loved LMU. I really did. I started in NYU and I loved LMU. So they are currently having a fundraising event for the Boys and Girls Club. They basically, this is called Heal LA, and they're into local service, and they want to attack things like child hunger and homelessness. So you will find links in the description to both of those organizations that you can go and support. We're super grateful to have had that experience. It was just cool, I gotta say. Like, that's one of those things that's like so rare that you would get to have that opportunity. There were fun mazes.
It was amazing. It was like a gala event. There was food, there was drinks, there was mazes, there was all sorts of cool costumes, and also come down here and you'll float too.
Oh, come on.
You'll float too.
Trying to just leave it on a
float too, Georgie.
positive
Georgie.
note. I was just trying to do a thing here. It's supposed to be a
Georgie.
All right.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween. I
Yeah.
liked the Star Wars trailer, y'all. Okay.
right.
See you tomorrow.
Bye bye. You'll
No,
float too.
didgeridoo. No.
You'll float too.